Good afternoon, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Say good afternoon, like a well-behaved audience. Thank you.
So the mic, yeah, my mic is working.
Well done. These are the lightning talks. They haven't had much publicity this year, so I'm very glad that I do have a solid roster of speakers. We're going to start with a double feature from Mr. Fye. So, you know, he'll come on, he'll do the thing, he'll go off, and then he'll come back again. There we are.
Hello. So the first thing is not a demo, but a lightning talk, which is much shorter. I want to show you some minor changes on our web page. Yesterday, we had a talk about usability, how to download an ISO, and how the Debian installer is working. Till. And so what? Till, can you turn off the phone, please? So yesterday there was this talk about usability, and people complained that when they clicked on our big download button, they already got a new web page saying thanks for downloading the ISO. But for more than 1 year, there was a bug on our web page because someone removed the autoload feature. So it only says, thank you for downloading it, but the ISO was not downloaded. And so what I thought, and there was a suggestion that we have 2 buttons. We had this, if you click on the download button, you really get the ISO. So I replaced, or I restored this function. So if you click on download, you will directly get the ISO image. And if you, then you have to choose saying other downloads. And then you will be redirected to this web page that we have. But this is a little bit cleaned up. In the 2 days ago, we had much more text. Now we have a list here. And what also was not perfect, in my opinion, if you want to try the live ISOs, we only had a link to the torrents. And then you got this FTP listing. And so I've added some direct links for the main GNOME XFCE KDE images. So before I heard you need a minimum of 4 clicks to get these ISOs. Now you only get or only need 2 clicks to download these images. And I think this is very good. Normally people say, oh, it will take a lot of time if so things are changing in Debian. So this was reported yesterday, and it's fixed. Maybe it's not on the www.debian.org site, because we still need to sync to our Apache servers, but I hope in 1 hour you will see this. Currently, this is on www-staging Debian.org. That's one thing I did on the web pages. The other thing is security information. The security information had a list with the recent advisories, and I've added a link to a new list, which is very similar, but now we have 2 links. The first one links to the web page of the tracker, so you get the original information from the security tracker. And the second one, and this is new, we didn't have this before, directly links to the announcement mail of the security tracker, of the security announcement. So this is a new feature, and for generating this list, we do not need the WML and .data files. So in the long run, we want to get rid of them. We just have the sources of the security tracker. I made a summary below. So which are the sources of security things with some examples, so it's much easier to get the security information. And my plan is in the long run to get rid. Currently, we still need the WML and .data files, but that will be gone, hopefully, in the future. That's it.
And because it was so much fun, we get him again.
Hello again. So I want to give a demo of the FIME service. This is a web service for customized installation, cloud, or in the future, live ISO images. FAI is my fully automatic installation project. I do this since more than 20 years. You can create installation images, cloud or disk images. And in the next version, there's also the possibility to create live Debian images. FI is a tool for experienced sysadmins. So it's not for the end user or for beginners. And then several years ago, I thought, is it possible to make it also usable for end users without knowing all the technical details about FI? And that's what I call FIME service. So there's a web page on this URL. And let's see. FI. And so there are 3 versions of the web page. For Ubuntu, for cloud images, and this is for installation ISOs. You can select several things. Normally you see only a few things that you can select, but more advanced users can also toggle. We see this later, then you see much more information. So you can change the username that will be added, a user password. You can select languages. Like this. We also support old stable and old stable distribution. If you may want to have a newer kernel, you can enable backports. We have all the desktops and the desktops. And here we have these tasks, web server, SSH server, non-free. You can add some packages you like to have. And if it would take longer, normally it only takes like 3 to 4 minutes, you can enter your email and then you get an email when your customized image will be ready. Now I toggle to the advanced settings. So here you see additionally you can set a different root password. I switch to what? Going back. Toggle. So FAI. Oh, no, not already started. FAI. So if you want to add an SSH key for the root account, you can say, use my GitHub, not GitHub, my GitLab Salsa account, and then we download the public key and install it so you can directly SSH into the machine. You can also say, oh, I want to have LVM and a different partition for /home. And let's say a plain, no X11, Midnight Copana, Sile, and I will enter my email, debian.org, and then we just say, create the installation image. So what now happens is, it checks, is the servers ready to go, but since I clicked just before, so this is waiting for processing. So there's another job that generates an ISO, and so we have to wait a little bit. But here in the back, you see that the SSH key, this key will be installed. Here you see the list of packages, and we select, we call it file class, separate home partition using LVM. And this web page, really simple, will be reloaded every 70 seconds like this. But I've already prepared an image that we now boot up. So this is a grub menu, and now it's starting. So this is the ISO that you will get. You will see on the web page a URL, so you can download your own customized ISO, just boot it, and you don't have to enter anything. The file installation then starts. It does the partitioning. You see here part at commands will be executed, and now from the local mirror. So all packages that you selected for your desktop or whatever are already inside the ISO. So there's no need to have a network connection. And then the packages will be installed. In the last part, we execute some shell scripts for customizing. You can also upload your own post-in script if you want to do more things during the installation. So what else? Needs like 3 minutes, I guess. Yeah. So any questions so far? On the back.
You're just trying to make me run up for the mic, aren't you?
Hi, thank you. I find it a nice feature to allow to put the root password in an external website, but can we put also hash?
But even if you put in the hash, I can read this hash, and and at the bottom of the web page it says, please change the root password after the installation. So there's a hint, or not a warning, a hint. So we are finished. Here, one more question.
How does it benefits as per compared to Cobbler PXE?
So Cobbler PXE is a network or Cobbler does only the network setup thing. Phi can also do network installations.
Okay.
So and you can also install Red Hat or Rocky Linux, Alma Linux with Phi. So this is more general than Cobbler and PXE boot, but we are doing the same if you have a network setup.
Okay, so SUSE and all distributions are supported, right?
Should be possible. You have to adjust the customized script.
Okay, thanks.
So what we see here, the scripts are executed. It took 99 seconds, and here I set a flag so the installation stopped, but on the web page you can also select don't wait for pressing return, just reboot the machine or shut it down when the installation finished. So
Any more questions?
it's now booting. And it was Debian and FAI. And a terminal where I can show you that the Midnight Commander was installed. So that's it. Give it a try, download an ISO, and if you want to have more features, just write me an email. Okay, that's it. Joost is now next.
Yep. Next up is Joost. And after that will be Wouter. And from there it's a bit more free-flowing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's working. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm Joost van Baal, and I want to give you some history lesson. I'm going to talk about WKD and WKS for PGP. On Monday, Noodles gave a PGP intro, and we have a continuous key signing party. I think it's really nice. Very happy about that. And then he gave you a list of 3 key servers to upload your key to. And this is about why 3 key servers. So what's PGP? As you might know, it's about signing and encrypting files, and about who's who, and people who claim they are somebody, make sure that they are really this person. And it's about as old as Debian. And when PGP was invented, people found it's annoying to exchange keys manually. It's nice to have a public repository where all the keys are, and you can be pretty certain that the key you need is there. So people came up with key server network. yeah, to solve that problem. And it's distributed, so key servers talk to each other. But it's designed with security of 30 years ago in the mind of the people who were thinking about it. And then it was 2010, and then we had a network attack, and it completely collapsed. And people say it was for research purposes. It was interesting. So now Noodles tells you, yes, all 3 servers manually. But we have a solution, and that's WebKey directory and WebKey servers. In 2019, Daniel Kahn-Gilmore wrote a very nice blog post about it, and he implemented it with other people for Debian. If you actually want to use it, you should not do GPG receive key, but GPG locate keys. And then if it's from a person with an email address in a supported domain, then you can use this protocol to get your key. So Debian uses it, the kernel developers, Gentoo, and other institutions. So if you have an email address, please ask the person giving you this email address, hey, could you do the new stuff so that I have a reliable interface for other people who want to talk to me to get my key. Or join Debian, of course. Then you get a Debian.org email address and everything works. Any questions? Remarks?
How do I publish my key in Debian?
Thank you for the question. In Debian we have the keyring project. There's a Debian package which contains all the keys of people who are working, doing stuff for Debian. And this is synced with the backend of our WKD server manually. So you don't have to do anything. It's kept in sync with the keyring. Other questions, remarks? Thank you very much.
I can't quite be bothered to get on stage. Next up is Wouter. Did you want a 5 or 10 minute slot? Start you at 5 and we'll give him 5 minutes to start, and if he goes on, I guess we'll give him 10. Okay, well, I guess it's 10. Use this for now.
Hello. Yeah, this works. All right, you saw Thomas install a machine. I'm starting where the machine is installed. We've got a lot of software in Debian, but we don't have everything in Debian, unfortunately, because some software is not available for us. Some software is not available for us yet. And so once you've installed software, once you've installed Debian, you might want to install something that isn't packaged. If you go to the website of whoever that provides, they give you an unsigned package to install, or they give you a curl script, a script that you have to curl and then run with sudo, which is a terrible idea, because we all know that. You shouldn't run any code that hasn't been signed. So I tried to create a solution. Yeah, I don't think I really needed that long password, but it works. This is a fresh install. It is so fresh that we still get the GNOME welcome screen. So fresh, nothing else has been done. Let's just skip all this there. And let's say I want to install let's say I want to install Visual Studio Code. That doesn't work because Visual Studio Code isn't in Debian, but something else is. Blah, blah, blah. And then we can search for it. And then we see we have a Microsoft Visual Studio Code repository. So I can say, let's enable that one. The name is this one. So enable it. Oh, except I can't, because Visual Studio Code, unfortunately, is not free software. It's a bit like Chrome and Chromium. There's a free version, and there's a non-free version, which is the one that Microsoft provides. By default, Xrepo does not enable non-free software. If you want that, you can enable it, or what we can also do in this particular case, we also have the VS Codium repository, which is the free version. So we can enable that one instead. This takes a moment because it's downloading YAML files, and yeah, there we go, enabled. And you can see it's now also downloading VS Codium stuff from there. And then we can download and install Codium and run Visual Studio Codium. This will take a while because it's a large file. How much time do I have left? That's plenty. There we go. I've installed Visual Studio Codium without running any unsigned code. Everything came through Debian, through Xrepo, and I've enabled the repository, and there you are. Visual Studio Code, or the free version in this case. Any questions?
Who manages the repos?
There is a salsa repository with all the metadata, and basically you can submit a merge request, and then we review, and then we enable it, and once it's enabled, you can search for it in Xrepo. And there's lots of stuff in there. So that's the repository. And these are all the YAML files. Some of them contain more than one repository, but you can see there's quite a lot of choice. If you want the full list, you just run xrepo search with no arguments, and then you get the whole list.
Okay.
So Xrepo provides a trust path from Debian through you to these repositories.
Yes, something like that.
How do you handle revocations inside this trust path?
That is a very good question. At this point, through other merge requests, that there is definitely room for improvement. Xrepo is not entirely finished yet. We do have a script that checks if everything still works, but there's no automatic removal yet. That still is a manual process, and that's definitely room for improvement there. Thank you.
Follow up on that. Do you have inside the Xrepo scripts something that checks if the repo is still inside this list?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. On the installed one.
Yeah, if you've enabled the VS Codium repo. And
No,
for some
not at this
reason
point. That too is something that we need to fix.
Okay.
Yes. So the script that so there's some CI code that runs once a week that checks if everything is still there. And right now it fails because not everything is still there, and I'm a bit backlogged, but hey. Other questions? No?
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay.
All right. That's it for me.
Yeah. Thanks, Wouter. Next up, the thing you've all been waiting for. It's Evangelos doing something. you want the hand mic? Hand mic or oh yeah. I think he needs. I think he needs this one.
This is too. I'll take
Have
this
a hand
one.
mic.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is this good? I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but that's like always
Neither
the
the
case.
rest of us.
Yeah. So I decided that it's probably a good idea to maybe show, since I've primarily shown a little bit of Fosh earlier, like the thing that I am kind of involved with, that I could maybe show something different. And I need to mirror the screens. No, I actually don't need to. Okay. Right. Let's see. It's looking a bit strange, but close up. So. Okay, I think this should roughly work. So right here, I've basically, is this my hair or some other microphone doing something? There was some noise. Don't worry, don't worry. I got this. Yeah, so maybe like this to avoid some of the reflections. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what I'm doing anyway, because I don't really use SWMO, as it's called. This is basically Sway with some extra bits and pieces. Like you can do some swipeage. So for example, as you can see on the bottom, if I swipe it up, I can bring the keyboard, the on-screen keyboard up. If I swipe down, I'll close it again. I'm not exactly sure if you can read any of this. Enough, yeah, okay. So you have scripts, apps, files, dialer. Does anyone want to get called? It works definitely. Okay, contacts. I don't have any contacts because no one likes me. Well, some do maybe. Okay, I'm pretty much making this up as I go along. Okay, so you basically have, for all of the things that a phone is kind of supposed to do, like SMS and phone calls and so on. So now I'm doing the dialer, and it gives me this menu. Maybe I'm sure I can make this a little bit better. Okay, this should be fine. And okay, so it asks me for a number, and I'll say whatever, something. Not sure what happens if I press enter now. No, let's not. I'm really tempted because I have all these impulses, you know, and I usually follow them because it's fun. But okay, let's open up a terminal. And where can I find a terminal? Probably under apps. Okay, apps will show me like basically a D menu kind of thing. Or similar, it will look at your desktop files, and then you can, I don't know, start Firefox, for example. And I'm currently on the first workspace, and you see Firefox opens up, and you can then, okay, say, without internet, this would, okay. I'll give this one a minute, and I'll just switch to a different workspace, because again, this is Sway with extra bits and pieces so that it is actually usable on the phone. And I would argue it's, if you're into this sort of thing, and I mean, I run Sway on my desktop, and yeah. Oh, it even has a camera. Okay. I think this is probably gonna be just like the same application, but yeah. By the way, someone, I don't know, like time-wise, what I'm. 4 minutes. Okay. I can do the flashlight apparently. It didn't turn on. Okay. I cannot do the flashlight apparently. I misspoke. What else is there? Okay, there's this thing scripts. What does it say? Edit user scripts. This sounds like a perfectly good thing to do. Okay, it opens a terminal. I don't know exactly which file it opens, but that's good. Let's have a look at that one later. And maybe you also see, since I've turned on the mobile data, I now have at the very top, I don't know, it says 4G and 57% is probably my battery. I don't know what the 70 is actually. Doesn't even matter that much. Thing is, it's pretty amazing.
That's how fast you're going.
Sorry?
70 is how fast you're going.
Oh, right. So if I start running, it will go up. Well, I thought I was standing still, but okay. Yeah, well, I'll take 70 then. Okay. So there's this thing, config and stylus. I don't have a stylus on this, but okay. I can set up auto suspend, auto screen off, okay, let's do auto rotate. Auto rotate start, it says at the very top, and let's see what happens. Maybe it's because the menu is still open. And how do I close this menu? It's a good, okay, I pressed something and it's not exactly what I mean, there's also like, I think something you can do the volume somewhere. Oh, now it changes. Ah, I see, okay. Yeah, not sure if the delay is on the phone or in my brain. And the on-screen keyboard seems kind of nice. I think I can, there was cancel. How do I do this? Interesting. Definitely interesting. I think, yeah, you get the basic idea. Maybe some tiling would be great, but first of all, I need to kind of get out of this menu, and I don't exactly proximity lock started. That sounds
You've
great.
got a little
this
under
is
2
exactly
minutes
what
now.
I wanted to do. 2? Yeah.
1.5.
1.5. I can also pretty much open it up for questions, and the next person can already, because again, I had no idea what I would present until maybe 2 minutes ago. No, 2 minutes before starting. So, hi mom. You did a thing. I can also, you can play with this later if you want. I guess you'd have fun. I mean, it's confusing if you don't know what you're doing, as you can obviously see. But I was hoping that Zafir was here. Yeah. He is. Great.
Okay, so a comment.
Not a question then.
Yeah. So first of all, the name is SXMO, and on sxmo.org you'll find some documentation, but including a diagram of the basic swipes, for instance, how to close the menu and
I should have maybe looked at that.
And I hope to upload a slightly newer version, maybe.
I have more of a question than a remark. How do I close this window?
Swipe up.
Up. Oh, this is awesome. Wait,
maybe up the. Maybe it's up its.
To the side because of the rotated thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. No matching tablet tool input has been found. I don't have a.
Maybe it's.
Anyway, I think, yeah.
Thank you very much, Evangelos. Next up is Rhonda.
Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1. Okay. Audio? Is audio
Yeah,
clear?
I have like my hands full.
People hear me or not? Check. 1, 2,
Undo
1, 2.
me, I can undo myself.
So? Is this on?
I haven't been done.
Hello? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yes, as all of you know, because you have been to the Debian social buff this morning. I'm part of the Debian social team. And I'm very interested in everything ActivityPub related. And recently I stumbled upon one service or one tool that seems kind of interesting because it goes into the live streaming area, which is called... Maybe I should move this over here. No, that's the... I wanted to move this here first. It's called Oncast, which is written in Golang. So if people are familiar with Go packaging, it would be very, very nice if they could take a look into it. There's an open bug report about filed a year ago by a person who isn't actively working on that anymore. I asked, so if anyone would like to work on that, it would be very well appreciated. But in the meantime, I took what they have available, which is a pre-compiled binary that you can download, and it's actually just one binary that you have to install. It's called Oncast. You start it up like that. You can give it some more parameters on the command line, but it by default listens on port 8080. And let's move this here. This is like the thing that you get when you open it up, and it says the stream is offline, so you don't see much. This is part of the administrative interface where you can get a lot of information, like also the streaming key that you have to put into OBS so it can stream to there to be authenticated, otherwise you can't connect. You can go through different things, but what is specifically interesting to me was the integration with webhooks, where you can trigger through several events, which are chat messages, if a user's joined or left or information about that. It triggers a message to a specific URL that you can configure. You can create multiple webhooks for specific events only, so you don't have to send all them in the same way. And to you also have access tokens through which you can feed back things. So I thought, yeah, let's create a small chatbot, because you all know I'm also the maintainer of DC Schedule, the ISE bot. So writing bots for fun and profit. Not so much profit yet. If someone wants to pay for that service, yes, please come back to me. So where is my cursor? And this is what I came up with. It was really a pretty straightforward, quick and dirty Python hack. Like, I'm receiving the webhook, see if it was a post request. This is like, anyone looking at these 3 lines of code will see that there is some issue with it, because I only allow post requests and then check if it is a post request. So yeah, that's sort of double checking. It gives me out the received data, which is in JSON format, so I can like look into it, because this would be running the script. Let me start up the server again. then I should have received something which I didn't, which is interesting. Maybe, yeah. Anyway, then you can look, there are specific types that the messages, the hooks that you receive in the data. Yes, it was a chat message. Then you can grab out the display name of the user, because the way the users are handled, they can change the nick, and you have a reference to all former nicks in the JSON object too. Then I look if it starts with bang lurk and send back a message, which is something commonly people do on Twitch or other streaming platforms when they are not active in the chat anymore or active watching the stream but still want to support by having it still open. They write this command, so this was my first try to do it. So let's see. This is my OBS session. I created own profile that casts to the local instance. When I start the stream, it should appear here to be live in a second or two. Ah, yes. Of course, the first message only comes when I start the stream, because starting the stream is one of the hooks I can receive. And here you can see what the content is, the name, and all the other things. Gory details, you can take a closer look at it at some point. And here you see it already started, so here we are, and we can, and down right there, because usually you have it open in full screen, then you have the big stream open and the chat on the right-hand side, where you can type, "Hello mom, I'm live," or something like that. It should. Hi. Okay, now, yeah, something is acting up. I'm not exactly sure, because actually writing something in the chat should both appear in the chat box and also give me the content that I want to sort of follow up to, which doesn't seem to like me. Let's restart it once more and hope this test will be a bit better. Because it worked the other day. Ah, yes. Success. Hooray. So, yeah. You can see the message that was received here, data received from webhook. The user created at all the gory details, name changed, ID of the message, which is interesting because actually a bot can also have access, full access moderation rights, and can actively delete messages if it matches certain patterns. The display name, potentially previous names when name change happened. Also a flag for if the user is a bot, if the user is authenticated, which can be used, the raw body and also the body in HTML format. And now when I write, let's make the chat a bit bigger. So when I now write /lurk, hashtag lurk, bang lurk, you see the automated response that the bot did. And this was my very much successful first try. Now I want to make this more configurable, put the commands into a separate file and potentially release it at some point if people consider it useful. And until then, I really hope someone is looking into giving Oncast packaging a try. If someone wants to look into that and is able how to package Oncast Golang packages, please hook me up. I would be interested to help out with that, but I don't have the knowledge about Golang yet. Thanks.
Thank you, Rhonda. And now a quick word from our Carl.
This is like a sales pitch. Right here, right now, I want to give away 3 FAMU to whoever can explain to me why I should give them to them, which can FAMU, if you know what they are, you can have them. Okay, you don't know what they are. Does anybody know what an FPGA is? Okay, you people that don't get one, don't get one, but you people that do get one, come on up. Wait. Who knows what an FPGA is? Yes, come up here, get your FAMUs. There was more hands. Have a FAMU. So, now that we've given them away, it is a FPGA that runs an open source tool chain that fits in your USB port. All right. I have more in my room. It's fine. You know where I am. Yeah, it's fine. I have more. I'm done.
Now a contribution from Sakib Akhtar, if you wanted to still. We're running low on time, surprisingly, so please have a hand, Mike.
Hello all. So I would like to express thanks to the all organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful conference here at India first time. And it was a very good event, even with the sad news which happened. And hopefully we are there with all of them. And the way the event has been organized, it is a very matter of like appreciation to everyone and the team which is participating, the team behind the scenes, everyone over here. Now we see that we are coming to the end at this day, and we are taking some good memories with each other, and we should together come as a community and create more the free Debian and just enhance this. Okay, that was. Thank you.
Thank you for the very kind words. And we have one last item. It is Ravi with a demo of Prav. This looks like an item for a cost of thousands. Ravi, behind you. Anyone else need a mic? Apparently the demo is going to be extremely exciting.
He can also have a mic? Here's the pocket.
He's not selling mics, he doesn't.
Just 5 minutes, okay? What we'll do, we'll see the sign up, say that very short thing. Very short.
Once again, as a reminder, this is a demo of was on mute. Once again, as a reminder, this is a demo of Prav.
Camera. So, okay.
Hello?
Hello. It's fine? Hello? Am I audible? Okay. So we are going to have a demo on Prav. Can you show your phone here? Yeah. So Prav is a messaging app which is free software, and it can encrypt messages. What? Am I not audible?
Sorry?
Am I not audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, sure. So you just it's not installed in this phone. We will have a demo. Show you
So
how
we
to
just
install
wanted
it.
to install it live and show it to you all?
Yeah. So basically, it's not released yet as for the public, and we are only giving it as giving the private beta to people who are interested. So if you are interested and want to download it, you just go to beta.prav.app. Sorry, I messed up the spelling. Okay. So here you will see an APK that you can download. It is downloading. What?
Sorry, it is in Dutch.
Yeah. What that means?
Download complete.
Yeah.
Download complete. There we go. That's the wrong thing. No, that's the wrong thing. That's the right thing.
You show that.
For those following along
Okay.
at home,
So you
we
just
are
install
currently
it.
apologizing for using Dutch.
I did say that.
Okay. Yeah. Open. And
there we go.
yeah.
It wants to send me notifications, so I'll allow that.
Okay. Accept and continue.
Agree and continue.
Yeah. Just put your phone number.
So I put the Indian one or the South African?
Indian one.
Because
why not the microphone? Okay, the Indian one.
The
I don't know
Indian
the
one.
Indian one by heart. So 9-1 settings.
Continue.
It should be. I don't know. Settings. Sorry. Connections.
You can also use South African one, by the way.
Oh yeah.
but
It tells me
it'll show to everyone.
You can use it, but I thought that was.
I don't know that South African.
So
7. Okay. I'm gonna show my.
yeah, the phone number is censored.
I don't want random spammers to start calling me when this gets live.
They were going to anyway.
Okay, now OTP. You show that. You show what the next is.
We can't.
Get an OTP.
Yeah.
So that's my OTP. Here. 42942.
Show this screen. So that put an OTP there. That's why I wanted to incline with the Indian number.
This should be working.
Yeah, just put your name there.
My name. Next.
Just a profile picture, or
That's all good.
yeah.
Like I'll skip that. I'm not gonna do. That's gonna take forever, right? I like it too.
Yeah. Just allow the contacts. So if you allow access to contacts, it has automatic contact discovery. So he has my phone number, and you can see Ravi is there. You can try messaging me. You can just.
Hi.
Okay.
I got something else in.
Oops.
I can
And then
show
you
mine,
send
right?
a message
So
back.
yeah. So I got a message from him, but I won't show the number. So
Yeah.
you say hi. You can say.
Would you mind awfully hurrying it along a bit, because
You can
people
say
are
hello,
already
Ravi.
coming for the next talk?
Huh?
Hurry up, please.
Ah,
Okay.
thanks. Yeah.
It worked.
many thanks to everybody who gave a lightning talk. If we accidentally skipped you, if we accidentally skipped you, our apologies. We've run out of time. Anyway, sorry, my alarm's going. So please stick around for the DebConf 24 and 25 BOF. After that, it's the tea break. After that, alas, is the closing ceremony. Can somebody please frobble my phone? Okay, right. Thanks very much. See you soon.